I guess like I loved all the quotes that you had throughout from your studies and all the people you spoke to. What was the biggest surprising quote and insight that you got from all of them, or the one that kind of shaped your book the most?
Oh, I don't know if I can say there was one that shaped my book the most. There's one that has really lingered in my mind though. And it was from a woman who said, the thought of bringing a brown child into this white supremacist, racist society is absolutely fear-inducing. And I don't think I, as a white woman, had necessarily realized the extent to which something like that could factor into a person's feelings about having a child. And that just, it really sort of brought home how our social issues can massively impact this as well, you know? And going back to what I said about, is it selfish or in a way sort of like self-protective to not risk having a child in a society where inequality is just so rampant and so hard to kind of move the needle on. So that was one that really stuck in my mind. There was another one that I posted on Instagram recently that I love, which did actually, I think, really help to inform the last chapter, which is about legacy. And she talked, I can't remember the exact quote, but she was talking about how as a woman who doesn't have children, she's always felt the pressure that she must have this really kind of like amazing career, or she must be really fulfilled by her work then. And that was its own sort of pressure. And that she was really trying to think about fulfillment and meaning and purpose outside of what her career was about, and more about how am I finding those things in my relationships, in, you know, my creative offerings, in my healing journey, etc., etc. So yeah, those were a couple that spring to mind, but I wouldn't say there was one. I mean, I was just so I did an online survey, and about 2 people have still been replying to it. About 200 people have replied, and people honestly wrote essays. And I think just starting to receive those responses made me realize how much people have to say on this subject, but how few spaces there are to express it. A couple of people emailed me afterwards sort of saying, God, thank you. I didn't know how much I needed to get all of that out, you know? So yeah, who knows? I might make it available sort of more widely at some point, but yeah, thanks I'm glad you enjoyed them.
Thank you. I hope you do make that available.
Who's next?